Alvi from Luminescence Heart-Centered Healing and Twin Flame Magic. I'm here doing a midweek reading and a new moon reading for the Twin Flame Collective. This is the romantic reading, so this is the one where you will find out what's going on with the connection and what's going on with both parties in the connection. This is a spread that I use when I am trying to define a connection for somebody. You know, is it a soul connection? Is it a twin flame connection? Is it a soulmate? This is the spread I'd use if I was doing a private reading for you. And if you would like a private reading, if you'd like to get more in-depth information about your situation, you can book a private reading with me through my Facebook page. I will leave a link below. It's Luminescence Heart-Centered Healing and Twin Flame Magic. Yeah, I'm just going to go to the cards now and let's go see what they've got to say. Okay, so this one here, this card that I'm pulling up, this is, it represents the energy of the connection right at this point in time. Okay, so what we have is, it's the Six of Cups. You know what, this card can represent reunion. It's about thinking about the past. Now, I don't know, well, one of you is thinking about the past, right? Looking at the cups, maybe both of you kind of reminiscing, you know, and thinking about the good times and the innocent. It's sort of, it talks about the innocence that you experience, you know, like in childhood and that sort of stuff. Thinking about, you know, when love was fun and all of that sort of thing. So this is where we're at. People that maybe, you know, I often reflect on things that have gone through in the past, but it also kind of warns you not to get stuck in the past and wallow around in the murk and not kind of move on from it. Like thinking about the past and remembering what gifts it brought you, what lessons it brought you, that's fantastic, but hanging around back there and wishing that you were still there isn't gonna do much for you. So you need to let it go. I can see that unconditional love is sort of presiding over the whole thing, and there's questions, you know, there's some sort of questioning going on. It's reflection. They're thinking, you or they or both of you are kind of like thinking about things, thinking, you know, how is this going to go, kind of thing. Now let's have a look at the rest of the cards and see kind of see how this all ties in. Now we'll go for the partner first. Now I don't use the twin, the twin. I don't use the divine masculine, divine feminine, or I just try to avoid labels. I don't like divine masculine, divine feminine because I think it buys into separation. It buys into separation consciousness, and that isn't really what we want, right? Having divine masculine and divine feminine energy, but within us, they are both within us, and balancing that. That brings union within yourself. I mean, there's other factors to it as well, but it seems a bit silly to me to be to be separating what you don't want separated from you by a thought like that. So that's just my opinion anyway. So that's why I don't like. There's a few reasons why I don't like labels, but that's one of them. So this is for the partner. Okay, holy moly. The lovers, this is the soulmate card. This is saying, okay, this connection that you may be reminiscing about and thinking about, they're thinking about you too. They are a soul connection. This is a soul-based connection. This isn't one that is based in, you know, lust or chemical reactions or anything like that. This is definitely a soul connection. It can also indicate that while you guys have recognized the connection, or while they're recognizing the connection, there may be a third party and they're making hard decisions. Given the fact that we've got the reunion card here and the lovers card, I think the decisions may be going in your favor. Let's, fingers crossed, hope so. We'll have a look at this card here. Oh, these ones here are the cards that I'm reading now, the lovers card and this one that I'm about to read for you guys who are watching. They represent where you're at right now. So that's where the partner's at. They're recognizing the connection. They're realizing that you are soulmates. They're realizing that there's more to it than just, your average kind of relationship, friendship, or whatever. That there's a depth to this connection that isn't available in all relationships and all connections and all friendships. And they might be making some decisions as well, in regards to who they're with right now, or and where they want to go, I guess. Now, for you guys, this is recovery and retreat. Okay, so maybe if you were thinking about the past, perhaps it's like upset you, going back into that. Time to rest and recover, whatever. I'm kind of feeling like there was a bit of an emotional upheaval, and it's asking, the energy's asking you that whatever you're going through at the moment, you need to just retreat for a little while. Sometimes we just need to do that. There's some pretty heavy cosmic energy going on since New Year, with the super full moon, and we've got another full moon coming up very soon, which is a blue moon as well. So that's like 2 full moons in 1 month, which is pretty full on. And then we've got eclipses coming up too, and I think there's been some spikes in the Schumann resonance, which is like the heartbeat of the earth. Sometimes it's really loud. So yeah, there'd be lots of things that can affect you, especially if you're energy sensitive, and if you're activated in heart-centered consciousness and you're a twin flame, then you will be very energy sensitive, because that's just the way it goes, right? So you're being asked to chill out, all right? Take some time for yourself, retreat, think about it, process those emotions. See a healer if you need to see a healer. I am a qualified, it's great when you can't remember what you're called, what your work is. I'm a qualified counsellor, holistic counsellor, and an energy healer as well. So, if you need those kinds of services, you're quite welcome to come to me. As I said, I will put a link down below. Even if you've got questions about what I do and if I can help you, please feel free to contact me on my Facebook page. Retreat and recovery. Give yourself some nourishment, give yourself some self-love, fall back into the deep self-love. If you are working on that, I can also help you with that, with some directions and things like that too. Okay, so we're just going to move this one over here. Now, these 2 cards that I am about to read now, these ones are what you guys are bringing to the connection, respectively. So, we will read for the partner. What are they bringing? Stress and anxiety. Oh, wow. Okay, so the fact that they are making decisions, that's what I'm feeling. I'm thinking, look, there's lots of stress and anxiety in making these decisions. It may not be that they need to make a decision to leave their partner to be with you. It may be that, a life circumstance or something. They might live far away from you, but they want to be with you. So they're, trying to make the decision of whether to uplift their whole life and come to be with you or whatever. Anyway, stress and anxiety. So, maybe you're picking up on that too. I know I have been copying a bit of that from a few of my soul connections, this kind of like anxiety thing. I don't really know what's going on. I'm sure that eventually they will tell me. Just to be clear, I don't kind of follow them, chase them around, and we don't have intense, committed relationships. We come and go as we please, because that's just it. It's how it works for us. So, and you don't have to do that to be a twin flame. In fact, most people want that committed relationship, but for me it doesn't really bother me so much. I'm quite happy doing what I do and letting people come and go as they please. Okay, so stress and anxiety for them, they're bringing stress and anxiety into the connection, and you are bringing loving union and teamwork. Okay, so this is kind of, like you're wanting to bring this loving union and teamwork in. They're seeing that is possible, but it's kind of, it's causing some issues. And obviously this is kind of affecting both sides. You know, you're retreating and recovering, and they are going through some stress here with the decisions that they're making, or you know, their life circumstances and that sort of stuff. I think in the last reading I did, it kind of pointed out that the partner was having or may have been going through a kind of existential crisis or dark night of the soul due to I don't know, some sort of circumstance, lots of overthinking and lots of sort of soul searching and questioning, which it could even just, it could be because of this, you know, recognition of the connection. Quite often that happens when someone recognizes the connection and they've kind of flipped you off. A bit of regret comes back in, and you know, they kind of realize, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't have been, you know, maybe I shouldn't have bailed or whatever, and you know, they start searching their soul and thinking, well, what the fuck's going on with this shit, kind of thing. So for them, this is their hopes and dreams. No, this is the action card. Sorry, this is the action card. So it's kind of like a guidance card. It's showing where they can direct their energy, how to get over the problems, that kind of thing. So for them, the star. Okay, so hope, inspiration, and nature. Okay, so yeah, the star really is a card of hope, and it's kind of like, you know, it's the shining light in the dark. That's where they want to be looking at. So you know, they're being inspired and hopeful, as well as finding this kind of stressful situation. For you guys who are watching, oh wow, the world, rewards, expansion, destiny. Geez, this reading is amazing. I wish it was my personal reading. It'd be freaking great. I bet we all do. Okay, so you're bringing your guidance card is rewards, expansion, and destiny. So you've been doing the work, right? You've been putting in the effort and you know, doing the healing and all of that sort of stuff, and seeing rewards. You're seeing rewards and you're seeing destiny. And I love the word destiny. Destiny is a really cool word, especially in a reading like this. So we're seeing the possibility of reunion. We're seeing the partner recognizing the connection, and seeing hope and inspiration from them, because they've sort of recognized what this connection can do for them. It might be causing a little bit of stress and anxiety at the moment, because when things are different, it is scary, you know, like changing is scary, and especially if you know, for the, I don't want to use the label, but you know, the runners, right? They are they're very sensitive too. It may not seem that way when they run, but they're running for a reason. They're running because the connection is so intense that they don't really know how to do with it. They don't really know what to do with it. And a lot of the time that's not a cognizant thing. Like, they're not aware of why they're running. They're just running. But, you know, they feel the intensity, but they don't really kind of recognize, or they don't really understand what's going on, a lot of them. It's just something that's freaking them out, basically. So the fact that they are recognizing the connection as a soul connection and understanding that, that's really, really cool. So yeah, we've got loving, union, and teamwork. So you're bringing this teamwork to them. You're doing the work, and you're bringing your world, you know, like you're making your world one that they want to be part of, I guess. That was a channeled message, by the way, that just came out of my mouth, and I don't know where from. Well, I do know where from, but yeah, so by doing this teamwork and creating a loving union within yourself, by doing all the healing, by doing the inner work, you're experiencing, or will be experiencing, rewards and expansion, and they're feeling it, and they want to be part of your world. They want, you know, you're making your world a place where your soul connections want to be, because it looks good, you know, and it feels good. And that's what we want, right? That's part of this journey. There's a huge part of this journey is healing to the point where you are a magnet for all of your desires, not just for twin union, but for your whole soul family, for all of the things that you desire, wealth and abundance and love and happiness and all of the good stuff, And if I could say that a few more times, it'd be great. So yeah, you're doing the work, and they're recognizing that you're doing the work, and they're seeing the hope, and it's bringing them hope and inspiration, and a little bit of, it's a little bit of worry because it means that they have to grow too. It means that, they're seeing the rewards that you're reaping from doing the inner work, and that's really cool, and they want to be part of it. But it also means that they have to step out of their comfort zone, and that can create a little bit of anxiety and trouble. Now, we are going to have a look now at the Hopes and Dreams cards. I can't believe this reading. This reading is freaking brilliant. The Hanged Man reversed. Okay, so they're feeling a little stuck. The Hanged Man is all about, like, kind of suspense and waiting. That's what the card says, suspense and waiting. Okay, so it's reversed. So I'm thinking that fairly soon that the suspense and the waiting is going to be over. That was another channeled message. Like, normally I don't read a reversed card in that way. I don't reverse the energy of the card. The essence still remains the same. But yeah, so the suspense and the waiting could be over very soon, and I think that's really cool, and that's their hopes and their dreams. They want to get on with it now. They're sick of waiting. Okay, so, and for you, put down your burden. So whatever it is that is bothering you, let it fucking go, okay? When you're holding on to all this stuff, like, you've got a burden, you can't open your arms to love, can you? So you need to let go of the things that are burdening you. And a lot of the times the things that are burdening you aren't real things. They're just things that you are thinking, and you need to kind of work out how to look at them from a different perspective. If you are worrying about their situation, that's not going to help. And that was a kind of, that's a bit of a message from Source to stop focusing on them. By focusing on them, you are taking your power away. You're not standing in your power, and you're not doing the work, and you're not creating your own world. So your burden, put your burden down. Put the burden of worrying about what's going on with them down, and look at it from a higher perspective. Understand that whatever is going on in someone else's life is destiny. It has to happen. Some of these things, all the things that happen in our lives happen for a reason, right? Everything. I know that sounds like a horrible thing to say sometimes, but look, I've been through some pretty heavy shit in my life, and I can sort of understand a lot of why a lot of these things have happened, and in hindsight, I can be grateful for the lessons that I got from them. So this card is really, it's asking you, put all that stuff down, stop worrying about it so much, and concentrate on creating your world, and concentrate on, bringing yourself into union and harmony. It's really weird to say this, right, but we often fight with ourselves over things much more than we fight with other people. It can be a struggle sometimes, and you want to stop that. You want to make yourself as comfortable as you possibly can with where you are and who you are, and let go of all of the things that people would like you to believe about yourself, because they're bullshit, right? Most of the time people say things without even thinking. It's all about these erroneous thought patterns that we have, that are implanted in us from when we're born. All of the stuff that goes on, and so many people just live in these never-ending cycles of stuff, and they never think to break out of them. You have the chance to break out of them because you have been activated, and you are working on yourself, and you're awakening this is your chance to reframe and redo all of that stuff that has been implanted in you by a system that's kind of not really working for anyone anymore, is it? It's just slavery. So, okay. So put your burden down. It's going to make it easier for you to open your arms to the love when it comes. And the love when it, and the love that's around you right now, because everything, there's love everywhere, all the time. It just takes it takes a different perspective to see it and to tap into it. So this is what this card is asking you to do. I'm going to draw the outcome card now. Okay. Oh, Wheel of Fortune. Now this is like a stroke of luck with all of these cards that are, we've got the loving union, we've got the lovers, we've got the reunion card, we've got the star, we've got the world, and the Wheel of Fortune. So these are like big energies that are happening right now. These are major arcana cards, so they're talking about huge energy trends. Now the Wheel of Fortune is chance and action. That's what it says here. Traditional tarot, it can mean a stroke of luck. It depends on what the cards are that are surrounding the Wheel of Fortune as to whether it's a good fortune or bad fortune. But in this case, I'm seeing that it's a really that it's a good fortune, because we have so many positive cards around hope and inspiration. The reversed Hanged Man with that channeled message that the suspense and the waiting is going to be over really soon. The hope and the inspiration of the star, the rewards and the expansion of the destiny of the world and destiny of the world card, and the loving union and the lovers and the reunion card. Wow, this reading's amazing, guys. And I really, really hope that so many of you have a reunion with your twin and you end up in beautiful union, and that we can lift the energy of the planet to where it needs to be right now, so that we can, have our beautiful utopia that we will dream of. Okay, that is the end of this reading. I will leave links below. If you would like a personal reading, if you would like an energy healing with me or a counselling session, come see me and have a chat. I'm usually around on Facebook all the time, pretty much.